Hello, I'm Joanna. Welcome to my tea channel. Last week, a friend came to visit me and brought me some rock tea that she made herself and shared some brewing tea. It means a lot to me, and that's the kind of tea that I tried last year in China and sparked my interest in learning about Chinese tea. So today I'm going to talk about rock tea or Rock Oolong and share some brewing tea. It's a type of oolong tea grown in Wuyi Shan or Wuyi Mountains in northwest Fujian province. And the soil in Wuyi Shan is rich in minerals, which creates the unique flavor in rock tea. And rock tea is different from other type of oolong tea because of this special taste. This is the result of the terroir of Wuyi Shan. Similar to the terroir to cheese, to wine, and to coffee. The taste of rock tea can be floral, roasty, smoky, and nutty, depending on the cultivars and the processing techniques. And there's a term used to describe these special characteristics of rock tea and the sensation you get from drinking it. It's called 言韵 in Chinese. And in English, it means the rock allure or the essence of rock. The name of Hong Pao comes with two legends. And the first legend is there was a scholar in Ming Dynasty, which was about a few hundred years ago, and he fell ill on his way to the imperial exam. And he was saved by a monk in Wuishan area, and the monk gave him some rock tea. So he recovered and went on his journey, and he won the first place and came back dressed in a red robe. To show his gratitude to the tea bushes, he covered the tea bushes with his red robe, hence the name. And the second story goes, when the tea bushes sprout in spring, and the buds look like the bushes are dressed in red robe. When we talk about Hong Pao, it actually can mean three kinds of teas. And the first one is the mother tea bushes grown in the cracks of a cliff in Wuishan. The harvest stopped in 2006, which makes it the most expensive tea in the world. And the second type is the cloned Hong Pao from the mother tea bushes, which can be very expensive as well. And the third type, which is more common, which is a blended Hong Pao. Tea makers use at least 4 to 6 kinds of rock tea to create the flavor and the taste, which is similar to the original Hong Pao. So what I'm going to brew today is the blended Hong Pao. These are the dried tea leaves, and you can see it's twisted and the color is dark. Comparing with the Phoenix Oolong in my last video, and it's shorter. So the first step, as usual, when you brew tea is to warm up your tea well. And then when that one is warm, I'm going to put in the tea leaves and shake out the fragrance. And smell the tea leaves. The water temperature for brewing rock tea and oolong tea is boiling water. So you need to make sure that your water is boiling throughout the brewing process. And the tea water ratio is 1 to 15 to 20. If you're new to drinking rock tea, I would recommend using 1 to 20. I'm using a 140 milliliter gaiwan. I'm using about 8.3 grams of rock tea. So the ratio is about 1 to 17. Now I'm going to pour water, boiling water. And one of the tips is to make sure that you drain the tea liquor completely. This is the first infusion, and you can see the tea liquor is orange and golden dark. It's much darker than Phoenix Oolong. For the first brew, some people would drink it, and some people would just discard it. And if you drink it, you can drink it straight away, or you can keep it for later. Some people call it 还魂汤, or in English, maybe soul restoring. So for me, my habit is I keep it for later. Now I'm going to make the second brew. For the first few brews, don't leave it for too long, maybe just up to 10 seconds. And then pour it out. Again, make sure that you drain it. Give a gap so the tea leaves can breathe. You smell it, and then sip it. This is the unique flavor you can only get from rock tea. You can taste like the mineral taste, the roasty flavor, and it's much stronger than Phoenix Oolong. Another pleasure that you can get from having Rocktea smell the fragrance from the furnace cup. And sometimes you can get a milky aroma and smell the lid of gaiwan. The aroma that you can get from the furnace mug and the lid of gaiwan can vary from brew to brew. For the first 4 brews, I don't leave the tea leaves in the water for too long, maybe up to 10 seconds, and then I pour it out. And then after the 5th brew, I started to increase the steeping time and little by little, just to make sure that I get the consistent tea liquor and in terms of the taste and the color. Now we've had a few brews and we are going back to try the first infusion. Coming back to the first one, it tastes a bit sweet. This is my daughter's favorite. She likes the first infusion. Good quality rock teas can be brewed for more than 10 times. One of the tips that I got from my tea maker friends to get consistent color of the infusion is to control the steeping time and make sure that you use boiling water throughout the process. And maybe towards the end, add a little bit more water to make sure that all the tea leaves are covered in water. And how do you know how long you steep your tea for? As you can see, the tea color just around the edge of the gaiwan, and you can tell the tea liquor. Just make sure that it is similar to the last brew, and then you can pour it out. Be careful that when you pour more water, it can be hot. Now it has a milky aroma. I hope you find this video helpful. See you next time.